Hi, Mike Perry here at Mike'sTakeOnTheMovies.com. I want to talk about James Coburn, one of my favorites growing up. Throughout the 70s and 80s, watched a lot of his movies. Got his start in 1959 in a movie called Ride Lonesome, Western with Randolph Scott. That was actually a very fitting start for him because he would be in a lot of Westerns over the years, including a lot of television Westerns as he was young. Have Gun Will Travel, Gunsmoke, Bonanza, pretty much all those Westerns that were popular in the day. In 1960, John Sturges cast him in The Magnificent Seven, right here, and it makes history. You know, it's one of the great Westerns, and it gave him the role of the Knife Man. And from there, his career moved on pretty steady. A lot of tough guy type movies throughout the 60s. Hell is for Heroes opposite Steve McQueen. John Sturges cast him again in The Great Escape in 1963, which of course is really one of the great classics of the era. 1963 as well, appears in Charade, terrorizes Audrey Hepburn. If you get it, you've probably seen it, but if you haven't, check him out. He's really good in that film. 65 teams for the first time with Sam Peckinpah in Major Dundee. Kind of one of those films it was torn apart over the years. Peckinpah, they pulled it away from him as they did with most of his films. It's not a masterpiece, but it is definitely worth checking out. 1966 comes along, and just a bit of trivia here, a movie called Dead Heat on a Merry-Go-Round that he appeared in, or starred in. Harrison Ford makes his film debut in that flick, so you might want to check it out. Also that same year, Our Man Flint, and the sequel, In Like Flint, the following year. And of course they were parodied in Mike Myers' Austin Powers films. You'll see a lot of little tributes to those films in there. Also did a film in the late 60s called The President's Analyst, which is worth checking out. Kind of one of those panicky government agent films, and it's a lot of fun. 60s come to a close. He's working steady. 1970s films to check out. Sergio Leone's Fistful of Dynamite. Had a few different titles over the years, but that's the one I know it by. Also did a mystery film in 73 that I like called The Last of Sheila. That's worth checking out. And I think he had a producer's credit on that, or a writer's credit on that as well. 1975, reteams with old pal Charlie Bronson, Hard Times. He's a joy to watch in that. He's a slickster, con artist who's trying to make a few bucks off Charlie in the ring. Good movie and worth checking out. Also in 75, did a film with Gene Hackman, Bite the Bullet, Richard Brooks film. Good one, check it out. Following year, 76, the big budget Midway that had all kinds of stars. Actually did two films with Charlton Heston in 76. Midway, and he returned to a real nasty role in a Western called The Last Hard Men from Andrew V. McLaughlin, who is no stranger to Western fans. Did a ton of Westerns and television shows too. Unfortunately, Coburn developed a really nasty case of arthritis in his hands, and he really lost a lot of years. Came back in the 90s, Maverick, Mel Gibson's remake of the old show. In 1998, credit finally came his way. Won an Academy Award opposite Nick Nolte in Affliction. Real nasty role, but he was really good in it. You need to check it out. Payback again with Mel Gibson. His final film on screen was called American Gun in 2002. Not a great film, but it is a nice ending to his career. It's worth checking out. Wasn't a big hit or anything, probably straight to DVD in the day, but it's a nice ending to his career. Check it out. We lost Coburn in 2002. I miss him, and if you're not familiar with his work, go check some of his films out. It's well worth your time. Once again, it's Mike Perry at Mike'sTakeOnTheMovies.com. Thanks for watching.